allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind. What is this?
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one na dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. And in dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mic, but thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin, dey the street, dey hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This man not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun lórí Facebook àní ẹ̀sùn làjú lórí YouTube àní ẹ̀sùn làjú bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́ àní ẹ̀sùn làjú ijó ìgbádìyẹ àní ẹ̀sùn làjú pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o àní ẹ̀sùn làjú.
Hello there, brethren. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us in the Temple of Truth tonight. It is Mayegun live. And thank you so much for joining me. By the time some of you will be watching this video, you probably will be watching it next year, which will be 2026. So we are grateful for the grace to still be alive here, despite everything that 2025 has, thrown at us. So as we are preparing for 2026, right, we might actually have a bit of an interesting evening for those who are joining us live, by the way, tonight. So after reading the caption of the broadcast, please read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them to join us. The Mayegun Day, Mayegun is live. And tonight as well, the line will be kind of like remain open, which means if you want to call in, during the program, you can do so. Once I clock, your phone call, right? I can actually take it and allow you to make your contribution tonight. So a few days ago, or should we say the last time we were on the temple, we're in the temple here discussing what their latest on the politics, right? Was on. I mentioned that the feelers then was that Obi would be declaring for ADC. According to him, it's been part and parcel of the whole idea of coalition from the start that he is not joining them late. In fact, he is only just doing an affirmation. So for 2026 political race, it seems that it is all cooked and about to be dished. All political projections, permutations and what they call it, like strategies and all of that, will be put into play in this 2026. And yeah, I think it is about to start getting interesting again. So the Obidient witnessed the Peter Obi's official crossing to ADC today. And this took place in Enugu, where other elected members of his party, Labour Party, also joined in, except for those from, I think, Abia, because Alext Otti said he's not moving. He's going to be staying put. So we are going to go to Enugu, where Peter Obi used strategically for his own declaration, so to say, and all he said there. For those of you who followed it and have seen it, good. For those of you who haven't, here is where you're going to have a compilation analysis of what he said and why he's decided to go and join them in ADC. So it seems the race is about to start, or should we say it has actually begun, so to say, right? So we're going to go to Enugu, and then from there, we're going to touch other stories like we normally do. Okay, so as you are joining, remember, after reading the caption, the description, like it and share the broadcast, then you can sit back and start your engagement. Let's go to Enugu. Hello?
The national chairman of the party, His Excellency, Distinguished Senator David Mark, DCON, and Omar Damson, Oshodi, Federal Constituency. And 7 members are here too. About 6 of them from Anambra State. And the Enugu State, those from Enugu State. Just raise your hands.
And since you know that most of these opposition party members or elected members have been poached by Tinubu and his own camp, so the momentum that the coalition, the ADC coalition first generated when they announced their coalition seems to have died off in the last few months. So Peter Obi, kind of like, I would say, he perfected his timing. Right now, it seems to be what everybody is talking about. Or is he going to go and be a vice president? Or is Atiku going to step down for him? Is he going to participate in convention? Can he defeat Atiku? Or can he, all those conversations is now ongoing, including in the camp of Tinubu, because they believe that Peter Obi has agreed to be vice president to Atiku a long time ago, but he has no idea or no way of telling the Obidient. So all these speculations just mean that this is the moment they've been waiting for. Is he going to ever join them? Or is he not going to ever join them because they're not going to give him what he wants? That kind of stuff, right? Now he's declared in a very much like, grand way, okay, by not just joining by himself, just all by himself, including those who are like the remaining Labour Party members. And Abaribe too. And then also, Aisha Yesufu was there, who is believed to also probably be planning to run for office in 2027. So this is just probably like at the beginning of every other public kind of like engagement that will happen, okay? So to those who are on the side of Tinubu, especially right now, when you look at the southeastern governors, majority of them, right, are already with the Kolu. Soludo is with Kolu. Uzodima is with Kolu. Who else is there? The other guy from Ebonyi is with Kolu. The one Peter Oba from Enugu is also with Kolu. Now, Alext Otti is also believed to also have something with Kolu as well. So, but that makes some of these APC foot soldiers or tigers there believe that Peter Obi would never have the same kind of like a run like he did in 2023 in the eastern part of Nigeria. But let's start with the Aisha, and then I will go on to what Obi said at his own declaration today, because this will be the foundation for it. You know that Aisha.
Greatest
5 minutes.
Nigerian people. Of the greatest Nigerian people. Good day to the high table. I've been given 1 minute.
Yes.
Whenever it is week, not only for Nigeria, but also for Africa. But today we had a great leader who said, it's all about unity. It's all about unity. We are united with the insecurity that affects every part of the country. We are united with the lack of employment. We are united with the things that are not working. The next time they tell you we are not united, remind them that the problems that face all of us, we all get it. And so therefore, we will put our hands together to make sure that Nigeria becomes an amazing country, a great country, one that we all will be proud of. And today, Nigerians have decided that they are going into the African, right? Give me the second one. Give me the third one. There is a reason why there is no party there. It simply means this is not the time for jollification like you would usually see. This is the time for Africans, Nigerians. Nigerians will lead the way. And this is the time for us all to come together and have that Congress. African Democratic Congress it is. ADC!
Arise and shine.
ADC!
Arise.
ADC!
Arise and shine.
Before I leave, I want to say here, sir, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, I have never been in any political party. I have refused to be a card-carrying member of any political party. But as my leader, I give you my words that I will proudly be a card-carrying member of APGA.
Thank you.
And David Mark, you might not remember, over 11 years ago, under the rains, we cried together. And Honorable Aminu Tambua, you might not remember, but we cried together. You were outside in the rain. When we stood up, I had turned 40 and I realized that silence was no longer an option. And when Chibok girls were taken away and we came to the National Assembly, both of you came out and you stood in the rain and you cried with us. All of us shed tears and we are still shedding that tear. Enough is enough. There is no more time for us to shed tears. We have cried too much. From this moment on, we are in the trenches. We will fight for Nigeria. We will have a great nation. ADC, we take us and give us the Nigeria where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. Thank you. Great.
5 minutes.
Aisha. Now that is just to tell you that it is about to get started. So those who know or who can still remember the, what do you call it? The force of that their Obidient movement at the time, and you probably feels like maybe they have become so weary and the rest of that, you may have a lot of, or they may have a lot of surprises for you. Because like I said before, those who, especially those younger, Nigerians, who genuinely bought into Peter Obi's, ideology and the rest of that, they have no political parties. Indeed, even though some are saying that their 2027 is probably never going to be like a 2023, because this time around, if they succeed in actually forming a coalition where those who have been in the game for a while, and then those who are like a green arms as well, could actually have their votes in quote protected. So therefore, Peter Obi controls an organic sort of like a followership, those who have no political party allegiance to any, right? And it controls them. When I say control, I mean the moment it gives the whistle, like it blows the whistle like that, in another few days, you are going to begin to see them everywhere, both online and offline. And for who they are, there is no break. This is what makes them dangerous to the system. So the last time, people believed that they could have taken the opportunity of that number, right, to challenge the system when the election was purely being rigged. But at the same time, Obi's influence at the time was so much that it made them believe that the judiciary would do its job, the blah, the blah. So all eyes on judiciary stuff. So is their 2027 going to be the same, where they are going to lure people to make them believe that all you needed is to participate? Don't be scared, even when they get attacked or even get killed by, of course, the violent ruling government, the supporters of the ruling government. So there are so many things to unpack. But Obi himself, what is he saying? Why is he joining them? You know, especially to those of us who believes that, who knows that this is more or less like a coalition of, you know, criminals as well. But they needed somebody, you know, in the midst of, what do you call it? In the midst of black sheep, then you have a white one, right? Where they can say, oh, this one we can kind of like ride on the goodwill of this one. So all of that right now is part of what you're going to be unpacking, because it's just about to, the shit is about to get serious. And how far this is going to go, we are just about to find out. Let's start from him. Obi.
Today is an important day. Today is the last day of 2025. So we are ending this year with a hope that in 2026, we will begin a journey of rescue of our country. For proper socio-economic development that will be unifying and inclusive. We have all watched those who benefited from our democracy sometime now become accessories to destroying our democracy, either through coercion and gangsterism against the opposition. We cannot allow this to happen. We will resist it. We've not seen people who benefited in our democracy be part of celebrating electoral fraud publicly. And we are saying that those who are planning to rig an election in Nigeria come 2027, we will resist it by every means lawful and legitimate. And we are urging this happen because we have weak institutions like INEC, which we are urging them in the coming election. We must do whatever it is to follow the rules and the regulation, starting by educational qualification for eligibility to sit for any election. We can no longer be where they are asking whether this person went to school or not. We have 1 year now to determine who went to school and who didn't go to school. We have 1 year now for people to tell us the school they attended. And when they left those schools, we don't want it to be something we go to court after election. They say it's pre-election matter. We have pre-election situation now to verify everybody who wants to contest the election for Nigeria. And we must follow that. Our commitment is about Nigeria. In all my touring and everything, we are committed to a better Nigeria, and we found all the studies that we have followed religiously, and I'm going to mention a few, to tell you why it is important what we are doing here today and why we must follow it, and know that two things are critical if we are going to turn around Nigeria. We must stay united. Nigeria today is not united. We must ensure the unity of the country. We must ensure we have competent leadership. I have followed by studies of where we have conflict, where we have strife, where there's disunity, and where there's unity and what it brought about. Because of it, I've read several books in it, but I'm going to cite one which Professor Tommy knows very well. He took me to visit one of the best authors who wrote on conflict resolution and transformation, because we're talking about transforming our country. And that took me to read a book by Professor Nicole Fox of California University. And after reading that book, met with him alongside Professor Tommy, and after listening to him, I decided, for the interest of what happened in Rwanda, to visit Rwanda. And sat down, had the opportunity of sitting down with Paul Kagame to listen what he did in reconciling and transforming that society, which shows me hope that it can happen here. And if you look at what he did, it is evident that in 1995, if you look at it, the GDP per capita of Rwanda is $227. Today, it is $1,100, a growth of over 500%. While our own country, in 1995, the GDP per capita of $1,225, today we are below 1,000. 30 years after, for the giant of Africa. We cannot continue this way. Our people are in pain. That is why we are coming to talk about how do we unify our country. Following that particular visit and the differential showing in underdevelopment of this country, I decided to go further. That took me to read another book, Growing Apart, which is a book about Indonesia and Nigeria. Indonesia and Nigeria have the same similarity in population, high population, cultural, economic structure. Today is very important.
So Obi wants to unite Nigeria. And in that regard, rescuing Nigeria requires unity, because Nigeria is more divided now. It didn't lie. As Nigeria regressed in the last 30 years, no doubt. And of course, bad leadership, which is the bane of the country itself, right? What he said are things motivating him to continue on this journey. So therefore, he is going to achieve this only if Nigerians are also willing and ready to want all of this. But for him, for the second time, he will be presenting himself to you. But first, to that ADC, where he also pledged to participate in their, in their selection process, whether it is going to be primaries or whatever it is, that part. Okay, let him continue.
What they've been able to do today, Indonesia is a commendable success. Where they've moved now, they've become one of the over 1 trillion economy. The first in Southeast Asia, about 1.4 today, and the biggest economy in Southeast Asia with per capita of $5,300. When Nigeria, again lamentably, is today our GDP have halved from what it was 10 years ago to 240 and below 1,000 per capita. What did they do differently? Competent leadership and unity have shown what you can do. In all the studies, like I said, following that, you've listened where somebody who won a Nobel Peace Prize said that Nigeria knows what to do to prosper. The 2024 Nobel Peace Prize winner in economics, said Nigeria knows what to do to prosper, but refuses to do it. Professor James Robinson of Chicago University. I spent 3 hours with him in Chicago University to listen about what he has to say. It all boils down to unity, competent leadership that have capacity, have commitment and compassion to change the socio-economic of the country. That is what we are lacking. And that's what we need to change. What they did is not rocket science. It can be done here and we'll get the same result. It is not rocket science. I've studied it, I've followed it all over. One thing that is common about all these leaders is that they build consensus of their people. And how did they do it? By being honest to them and telling them the truth. A leader must speak the truth. A leader must be trusted. A leader cannot be part of telling people one thing and doing the opposite. You must do the same thing. If you must ask people to fast, you should not feast. Whatever you tell the people to do, the leader must show it. We can no longer sit in a country where our leaders tell us lie. We cannot, they are truthful people, they live a life of just, and that is what is lacking here. We have a situation where we said we are fighting corruption, but we have monumental corruption in front of us. We have a situation where we have closed our shop, chasing thieves, and allowing other people to pack whatever remains in the shop away. We borrowed more money than we have ever borrowed. We saved all the money we are supposed to save, and yet our people are dying of hunger. There's insecurity. Nigeria has never seen this level of insecurity. We have never seen this level of hunger. We have never seen this level of division, where our country is so divided that we are at the point of hating each other. I have traveled all over the place. And my appeal to all of us, to those who are visiting us, that we must come together united to be able to fight this. We can no longer allow those by dividing us. We can no longer allow those who live by making us poor. Nigeria is not a poor country. We are looted into poverty, and we must stop that looting. Nigerians are not lazy people. We've been betrayed. Nigeria, we can no longer continue rewarding criminals. We can no longer allow normalizing what is not normal. We must then change it. And to change it, we must come with unity of purpose. We are now talking about tax regime. How can you, everybody who knows about fiscal policy knows that tax is a social contract. A social contract that when you empower your people.
Said it's just about to, it's about to start getting hot. From the camp of Kolu, they have started reacting. Ministers, PAs, SAs. For example, Daniel Bulaba, Daniel Buala, has reacted to him. He said, these ADC guys are coming to burn down Nigeria. Yeah, it's really, really going to get really toxic. It's kicking off. Now, you might think, okay, let them have reasonable sort of like a debate, conversation. No. That's far gone. That doesn't exist in Nigeria anymore. And that is why the way Obi is talking, right, to some, is just speaking grammar. All this talk, all this thing are talk. Do you understand? Because to them, the people you are dealing with are so toxic, so violent, that a lot of people probably expect the same, like a kind of a reciprocatory gesture to say, okay, if they bring their thugs with their guns, you are going to also get yourself ready with your guns and face them during the election and that kind of a thing. So talking about Indonesia, talking about Rwanda is not going to really sit well with those who are on the other side, just so you know, because to them, this is just talk, 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 talk. When the show begins, those who want to do it will say, hey, you shouldn't give him a space to campaign there. You should not allow them permit here. And that's kind of politics they play. But for those who listen to Obi, this is why they love him. Honestly speaking. Because to them, is easily understood. Do you get what I mean now? Like, you can easily deduce what he's trying to pass on. But I want you to listen more, right? Okay, talking about the tax regime, another one that is already cooking for 2026, a showdown and more.
Grow revenue is a bank account you must pay in before withdrawal. These people are withdrawing without paying anything in. That must stop. And all of us here have a destiny to be part of that, to be part of that challenge. That's why we're here. We can't just say we are joining party. Why are we joining party? Are we joining party to continue the same criminality? Are we joining party to change that? We have become a crime scene. We are now called fantastically corrupt. We are now called disgraced nation. We now use everything. And I have gone around the whole state. I've been to IDP camps in Benue, in Plateau, in places where those who are in government fear to go or even fail to acknowledge publicly, denying it. I've been there. I see the people's pain. I see their pain all over. So we must turn around our country. God gave us everything. No country in the world that I can imagine that have what Nigeria has today. How can we be hungry? A country of 923,000 square kilometers. Today we are importing rice. Because I'm telling you rice is cheaper. We are importing the rice that makes our rice cheaper. From another country, clean our farmers. When we should be doing it. Tiny country like Bangladesh. Bangladesh, a country with about 1/6 of our size. High population as we are, is producing 10 times what we are producing. In fact, you can compare Bangladesh with our two biggest states. Bangladesh is less than 150,000 square kilometers of land. Our two biggest states, Niger at 76.3 and Borno at 70.8, is about the size of Bangladesh. And we have a population of 171 million. Yet they are producing 10 times the amount of rice we produce. That is unacceptable. We must change this. And that is why we are coming to say that we want to start turning around the country from consumption to production. A new Nigeria is possible. And we cannot make it happen. We can create that what is there. So all of us that are gathered here, I've been part of this coalition from day one. Because I've heard people say it's trying to defect or join party. I was part of this coalition from day one. So our people know I was part of it when it was being discussed. I was part of it when it was launched. I am saying that we are now calling, I thank all my leaders that are gathered here. You must have leaders if you must be seen as a leader tomorrow. Have leaders here. Achikudenwa is here. Okwesiasemodo is here. Samuel is here. Ben Obi is there. All these people are mentioning today, as you know, Abaribe is there. I know why I'm saying. These are people who are my senior in age, in politics, in everything. And I thank them that we say we'll be a family. Yes. We are not going to be a family of crime. Grow revenue.
It won't be a family of criminals. And some of those there are actual criminals. Let's put it that way. All right. But yeah, people are saying that if the opposition put their acts together, that they are so done with the APC, that, you know what I mean, they would back the opposition. But there are those who are saying this will be the best and the honorable time for Atiku to actually not participate in the election. I don't know if they've said to this. He shouldn't participate. He should just be like an elder statesman by pulling, number one, nominate somebody to deputize Obi, and then use that same strength in northern Nigeria to mobilize for him, because to lock down the south, I don't think it's going to be that difficult for Obi. People are saying that's not me, right? But for Obi, he deliberately chose the last day of 2026 just for this. So as for people to get to actually know that he's throwing his own hat in the ring. There is so many more things that indeed are supposed to be at the front burner. Maybe not right now, eventually though, because all these ideas, they are so fancy, you know, to listen to. We're going to turn Nigeria around. We're going to stop importation of food. We are going to make our farmer this or that. I think, again, right, let's just agree to disagree in this sense. So sure you get. I would think that the opposition should actually really build something on how they're going to tackle the insecurity, like once and for all, like in a clear language. But we all know that there are so many factors that comes or contributes to this, their supposed, rigged system, so to say. There's those who are going to eventually be convinced that a kafir, that is an infidel, should be president or their president in that Sharia North. They would probably receive another pledge from him that all those things you are telling people about, you are going to stop this or that. You are not going to be able to do that, because any attack on the Fulani terrorists and these other terrorists is an attack on the northern Nigeria. So all that kind of behind the scene things that all eventually contributes to the supposed failure of all those promises. Then another thing, which electoral, what do you call that thing again? Electoral act, Abi. The National Assembly of Nigeria, they are currently amending the Electoral Act, which is what they are going to use for the 2027 charade elections. And right now, they are already doctoring it. And even though people are demanding that they should criminalize election vote buying, election fraud in Nigeria, anybody found to have participated in election fraud, they should go to jail. But these guys have removed all of that. There are so many other things they are currently removing, including those ones that will allow those who are serving as either ministers, commissioners. Their constitution says they have to resign their appointments before they can run for office. These guys are busy doctoring that right now. So when they are done, all right, they will then be the ones to set the rules for the election that is going to happen. So whatever the opposition is now talking or planning, this and that, everything will be subjected to that rules being set by these guys. And then the judiciary, of course, will be there to tell you that they did nothing wrong. Yeah, you go to the judiciary. So is your 2027, is Obi's participation in 2027 going to be like everything will be settled at their polling booth or polling unit, not in court? That's the part here now. Listen to this part.
Everything. And I thank them that we say we'll be a family. Yes. We are not going to be a family of crime. We are not going to be a family to deprive other people. We are going to be a family of change. A family that will create new Nigeria. That is what the family is all about. We've watched people tell us story in midst of plenty and we're hungry. So we have all come together and to ensure that we become fully member of this coalition of ADC led by distinguished Senator David Mark. That is why we came together. We will in the coming months be able to tell you what this coalition has that is different from what is happening today. Because we must show the difference. That is why you are seeing from Osumbo to Tommy, they can't be a professor for nothing. They know what professors are suffering today. So their professorship must come with new ideas. We want to be able to change the country. And we are not just on ourselves going into ADC. We're also begging other people from other political parties. All the opposition must come together for the sake of Nigeria. Whether you're a PDP, NPP, or any other party, we are faced with the essential threat, which we must all fight for the sake of our children. A new Nigeria, productive, all-inclusive, united Nigeria, where we will see each other as love, where we will turn around the economy, starting from agriculture and manufacturing. The empty lands of the north must be cultivated, while the factories in the southern part of the country must now function, be employing people. Thank you. May God Almighty. Yes. We must now do that and ensure that we will now talk about how we are going to create wealth based on proper physical policy that creates wealth by ensuring that we enrich the people. So we can earn more. Those 80 million Nigerian youths, we must give them a hope to drive everything. One of the things I learned in Indonesia is that 95% of their employment comes from small businesses. And there were many youths. I went everywhere to see what they are doing. And it can be done in Nigeria. Imagine when we empower 80 million youths. And those 80 million youths either employ themselves or add one more person. We won't talk about unemployment in this country. That's what we are doing. And we have people, senators here, dignitaries here. Look at, we have Ostobu here. He has been advising on economy. We want that he has advice to work on it. We look at Onyemu Gochukwu. There's so many of you that are gathered here. Let us come as a family under the ADC coalition led by David Mark to turn around the Abia country, to stop this lamentation, to stop this crying, to make sure that people in ID camp go back to their houses, go back to their farms, to make sure that no Nigerian wakes up hungry. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Everything.
I think now statistic we go chop. A lie with arithmetic that no Indian can solve it.
To recruit from the youths who are unemployed, 33% unemployed, recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. Abi, that's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor. To recruit from the
So Peter Obi is that a politician, especially since 2022, when he ventured into this, want to be president of a thing. He is the only politician in Nigeria that once you turn the once you turn your screen on and it's Peter Obi, right? He is the one majority of Nigerians, including those Agbadorians and other, right? They listen to him. And I'll tell you how. Those who love Obi, right? They kind of like praises the way he breaks down, his ideas and this and that. And they fancied him a lot because they listened to him. Those who didn't like him also listened to him so that they can pick out the gotcha moment enough to say he's just talking rubbish. His idea on this economy policy is rubbish. When I listen to him, I don't even know how people are listening to him, but people they still listen to him, right? He's the only one. The media, when they have him, because he's practically the only one that seems to be much like available, right? So the media, when they grab him, they ask him questions so freely, so, somehow, because they never have that same opportunity with Kolu and others. Do you understand? So therefore, people can actually be able to rate him, say, oh, he's saying rubbish, or he's saying something so nice. You know what I mean? But they can't really. But the funny thing is that, again, most of the people that listen to Obi to rate him or judge him on the rest of that, most of them who are like the real Agbadorians actually listen to this man. And believe me, they believe that he is more intelligent than that Peter Obi. Kolu. Just few series, okay? Just in case if you are one of those who probably look at him and said, what is he talking about? Every time Bangladesh, every time this or that. But some of you are actually listening to this one. Yeah, and you are defending him. Whether you are doing it openly or you are doing it subtly. Call you, ladies and gentlemen.
That transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn. If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful, again, a town hall, different from blue, Bulaba. The farmer will make more money. Your lunch will not be imported. Cassava gari,
The farmers will make money. The dinner will be cassava by a while. We are a poor nation. The bank coal will follow. They say firewood, not smoke. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, try shining, and tell the West. If you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. You're doing.
All classes, you know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name.
It's a call. Now that's the guy that is currently in charge of Nigeria. All right. So if you have collection of some of these clips, you probably would have a clearer understanding why the country is presently where it is. You know, so Kolu and those who defend him believes that Kolu is smarter than Obi, is smarter than all of them. In fact, you know, he's got this idea. You know, you might actually think he's got an idea in any way, right? But by the time you begin to analyze that idea of his, it's just much on how to steal from you. Yeah. It's like just opening the door for everybody. You know, everybody is having field day right now, from state governors to ministers and all these guys. They're having field day under Kolu. So that's why his policies. His policies that everybody will be fine as long as you are with me. You will be fine. If you are stealing, please keep it up. But if you are not with me, then we are going to have a problem. I don't know the political value of this guy, Abubakar Malamu. Yeah, I'll keep reminding you, that's the guy that sold the fake intel to Kenya about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah, that he said he was in Kenya. If they see him in Kenya, he was there to meet with the Shabab, the lies and all that. So when Kenyan secret police later found that it was just a fake intel, so they milked it rather than let Nnamdi Kanu go, right? They decided to make it so government to government. I don't know what Nigeria gave them. So they decided to give Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria so that Malamu could call his world press conference in Hausa to tell the Northerners that they've kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. Now today, the thief himself, a criminal, is now standing trial and is also being investigated for a lot. He's standing trial for corruption. The dead dictator of Nigeria, Sani Abacha, that is believed to have looted over $200 billion from Nigeria. But they can't find all the money. But the few they found, including the one that was supposed to be paid to Nigeria by the Swiss authority, this money, they said, was around $300 or so million. Nigeria was supposed to just collect this money and that's it. But rather, Malamu decided to shortchange Nigeria by putting together some consultants who are lawyers who now got paid about $17.5 million. The money that was just pure scam. So Malamu denied of any wrongdoing, that he only did what he had to do to put together, but it was a scam anyway. So the money was traced back to himself, his sons, his member of his family, and so many others who participated in the entire bazaar. So Malamu says Tifnubu is only persecuting him because he's not supporting Tifnubu. And meanwhile, his son, who most of them were pretty much nowhere to be found until 2015, when Bukwari appointed him as a minister. And of course, there is also money, James Sibori's money, right? There was a return by the UK government. Remember that James Sibori came to this country and he spent about 5 years or so, or 6 years in jail in the UK, right? So the UK government confiscated the money, millions of pounds, right? I don't know the actual figure, but put it between 30 million and 40 million pounds, being moderate, right? So this money was returned back to Nigeria, right? This was money stolen when James Sibori was governor of Delta State, meaning he stole the money from Delta State. So therefore, that money should go straight to Delta State under all circumstances, so to say. But this money got lost in transit when Malami single-handedly find that the money should be confiscated by the federal government of Nigeria. But where is the money? Gone. So Malami is being charged with all this corruption. His own son, who also participated in transferring all this money, and all that, is standing trial for over 8.4 or so billion naira scam. So it's kind of like a family thing, okay? So Malami was in court today, and he's been remanded in Kuje prison. Oh, is that not even like ironical? If not for Motosho, that it was acting a script to have sent an innocent man, Maazi Nnamdi Kanu, to life imprisonment, as well as in Sokoto, something that has got no legal or law basis or whatever, right? And he did that on purpose. So by now, Malami and Maazi Nnamdi Kanu would have probably seen themselves in Kuje prison and asked themselves some few questions, right? But here, Malami in court today.
Hello, please.
So he's been remanded in Kuje prison. One of his sons also remanded in Kuje prison until their bail application will be approved. So it was reported that that one actually lost consciousness. That's the son in the middle, right? So they succeeded in looting over 500 billion naira. Write that down, all right? You ought to put estimate or number on what they said they have done. Malami wants to be the governor of Gabi State under the ADC in 2027. And he's been sharing cars. The last time he was accused of sharing, Benz, a particular brand of car, So he's been sharing that. And he said, if God willing, he would share aeroplane, one of these days, he will share this aeroplane to his supporters. So right now, his own loot, right, is passing through the test of the same rigged system, because remember, Yaya Bello today has also declared that he will be running for Senate in Kogi State in 2027. And this is a guy who stole over 80 billion naira from the state of Kogi, from Kogi State. So EFCC and the drama that, sort of like followed the attempt to arrest him and the eventual submission and being a surrender, as well as the eventual appearance in court like Malami, also to the point where he got his own bail. Today, Yaya Bello is not only just free, he's running to become senator, and he has also been appointed to by Tifnumbu to be a member of the APC, all professional criminals, reconciliation committee ahead of their national convention in the next few months. So, meaning Yaya Bello is back in action. So the drama of them appearing in court and all of that stuff is, it's just pure drama. You have to put it that way. But what is not drama is what happened in Lagos 7 days ago. So it was reported that there was a fire incident like that got at this multi-story building in Lagos Island in Lagos. At the time, after a day, the news died, just like other fire incidents that have been reported in the last few days, almost every day, from Ibadan to Lagos to this to that, right? But what was not pretty much reported is the fact that there were people still trapped in that building in Lagos. Like, it got so scary yesterday when those who are still the survivors who got sort of trapped in the rumble, the rubble of the burnt and collapsed building, right? Some of them are still alive inside there, while evacuation and the rescue effort was completely suspended. Now, there were those calling their own family members, crying for help, that they are still here. And they heard that nobody's coming in to actually rescue them. Until this afternoon, when it was reported that some of the rescuers eventually got in and most of the people they brought out were dead. But the video you're about to, or the voice you're about to hear next is that of these victims. Please listen.
Hello, Nze. Iputago? Hey, Chimo.
See fire is still burning inside. Fire is still burning.
I say this one, no more.
See fire is still burning there.
Fire is still burning.
See fire. And people are still inside.
Where is it placing?
Those three brothers when they're carrying that paper. People press inside now for that second floor since then now.
And they nobody.
They brought out 15 bodies so that they died. Those three brothers said they can die. And people see them. Even Mr. Obu, that one said died. Mr. Obu, that one died.
Mr. Where get
China, this thing where else?
Where did the China?
Now that's real story. If you want to actually like imagine it, that's real story of real people. Do you get what I mean? 7 days ago, that happened. It made the news, everybody was like, but they said the Lagos State government and those who were working and rescuing them just suddenly just said that, they packed up. They are no longer, like people were abandoned in there for 7 days. Just about 2 days ago, a crash, a ghastly motor accident that involved Anthony Joshua, the former world boxing champion. And people were not really concerned about the road. Like, no, it's probably not the road. Do you get what I mean now? But what happened to the paramedics? Like, people were actually making jokes about this online, that some of you sometimes, because you probably have watched so much or so many foreign movies, you'll be using some fancy words and you forget that you're talking about Nigeria. Which one is paramedics? No, ambulance. Okay. You are talking about ambulance. Which one is paramedics? Which one is? Because, I mean, Nigeria is supposedly a rich country, do not rich. At a point, you will get to a stage where you can see that even your money can save you. Do you get what I mean? Like, oh, we need to hustle. Let me hustle and make money. Then you make the money. Then you eventually realize that Nigeria can happen to you in the most unimaginable way. And that will be the time that you kind of have to ask yourself, that what exactly is the purpose of an average Nigerian in a country that is existing in this way? They have no idea of how many people trapped in that building. They don't. And it's currently not even like a national tragedy, something that the Lagos State government will be there until they reach what they call the ground zero, and they will put down that building. But because of the anyhowness, they said because 30 December is out, some of the people who are doing the work there, they have to travel, they have to go and do their own or do emergency workers. I don't think people have actually started accessing the damages and all of that, but the loss of lives, to the point that victims are trapped in a place for 6 days. 6 days. Then at them come they call people outside, say, we are still here. Please save us. We are still here. Like 6 days. So Nigeria can happen to anybody in an unimaginable way, that you can just wonder that what exactly, for those who are saying all you need to do is to make money. When you make the money, what guarantees you that you are actually going to be able to enjoy that money in that sense? Baba, people, families of those trapped who are looking for their loved ones, this morning, they had to sit in a row like this on the curb beside the road, right? In a row. They sat on the curb, praying and hoping that their trapped loved ones inside that place will be rescued alive, powerless, like head bowed, surrendered. Somebody said Nigeria have a way of breaking people, and they can indeed break you. Listen to this.
I'm sorry if I'm not responding, please. I'm at the location right now. We're trying to know if they can start as early as possible. But the annoying thing is that these people will end up starting around same thing they did yesterday. They will start working around 1 o'clock, 1 to 2 o'clock. And at the end, before you know, by 4 o'clock they will stop. I'll be by 4 to 5 o'clock they will stop and say they are done for the day. They're not even, these people are not helping, because government has declared that nobody is trapped inside, no deaths, no casualty. So the work is just on a slow pace. They don't care. I don't know. They don't even care about the lives inside. They don't care. Please, I need you guys' prayers. And then whoever has connections, please help out, please.
My fellow Nigeria, I'm calling all of you to come to my aid. Oh, come to my aid. Come to my aid. Oh, I don't know what is happening right now. My 3 younger brothers are still in there. The government has promised us that they are going to do something, but as I'm talking to you now, nothing much has been done. My 3 younger brothers are still into that building. They are being trapped down there. According to what they say there's a particular big stone that has covered the entrance where they are supposed to come out from. A lot of people are still making call from the underground. Nigeria, come to my aid. My fellow Nigeria, come to my aid. Come to my aid. Oh, Governor of Lagos State, come to my aid. Other states, come and intervene. I am begging all of you to come to my aid. Hear my cry. My 3 younger ones are still in there. Other families are still held down there. Please come and save them from this bondage. Come to my aid. Come to the great Nigerian house at Balogu. Come to my aid. Since 24th night, my younger brothers has been there. I don't know what to do. I am so confused. According to the government, they are saying nothing has happened, but a lot of things has gone down there. A lot of things has gone wrong in that place. My younger brothers are still in there. People are making call from the underground. Getting there, they did not allow us to go close. Those who were able to go close said there is a very big stone that have covered the entrance of the underground. People are still trapped in there. My 3 younger ones are still there. Stephen is there. Casimir is there. Collins is there. Please come to my aid, my fellow Nigeria. Please come to my aid. Oh, Jesus, come. Jesus, come. Jesus, come. Government of Lagos State, come to my aid. Government of Nigeria, come to my aid. People, come to my aid. Oh, very dark man, come to my aid. Oh, come to my aid. Come to my aid. Someone look up of Lagos State, come to my aid. My 3 younger ones are there. I am an orphan. What will I do in this life without my 3 younger ones? I am finished. Come to my aid. Come to my aid. Lord Jesus, come and rescue. Come and rescue people. Come and rescue my younger ones. Come and rescue my younger ones. They are still in there. They are still in there as I'm talking to you now. Since 24th night, we have not rested. Since 24th night, we have not rested. Since 24th night, we have not rested. Since on the 24th December, we have not been ourselves. We have been in Lagos Island crying. The government did not allow us to come close. My 3 younger ones are trapped in there. My 3 younger ones are still in there. Nigeria, come to my aid. Every state, come to my aid. All more people, come to my aid. Come to my aid. Anambra State, come to my aid. Governor of Anambra State, come to my aid. Come and rescue your children. My 3 younger ones are still there. My 3 younger ones are still there. From the same mother, the same father. Irala, come to my aid. Irala, come to Anambra State, come to my aid. My fellow Nigeria, come to my aid. Come and save my younger ones. Come and save my 3 brothers. I am so confused. I don't know what to do. Government of Lagos State promised to help us, but as I'm talking to you now, nothing has been done. We were there yesterday. The stone was not rolled away. We were there yesterday. The truck did not reach to that place. They are still in there. People are making call from the underground. A lot of people are there. My 3 brothers are there. A lot of people are still in there. Please come to my.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay us, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the knockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in longer, because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make a home.
So outbreaking. I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, right? And I don't even find any joy in saying it. But somehow, that is my own way of psychologically managing the kind of a situation that those in charge of that contraption have actually put everyone. The anyhowness, the whataboutism, and all of that stuff. And how many lives, needless lives that are just being wasted for no reason. And that's why I'll say it again. Nigeria is a place where those who survived yesterday, they are the victims of today. Those of us who survived today, we are potential victims tomorrow. And there's a way Nigeria actually affects you, even if you are not even living in Nigeria. Things that could happen and disrupt even your own settled life, your organized life, your comfortable life, and throw it, upside down and just throw yourself off balance just because of Nigeria and those in charge of that place. It is so bad that I have also said it on this platform that those in charge of Nigeria who have now, established a system of anyhowness, they have not done themselves any good as well. When you decided to weaponize a system of anyhowness like you have in Nigeria, where people could do just anything and there is no consequences whatsoever, is buried. Like the government who came out to say there is nobody trapped in there, everybody is fine, but they know people are still trapped in there, but they want to look good in a way. So you may just be seated somewhere with your family at work in your diaspora, and then here is the news: the terrorists have invaded your community. Oh, they've just kidnapped your brother on his way to Abuja. You don't know your brother or your sister is traveling to anywhere right now. You have no idea. And somehow, you have psychologically told yourself that whatever is going on in Nigeria, they are just happening here and there, or they are happening that this part, they are not going to affect, they are not happening in my own side, only for you to realize that you have brothers, you have sisters, you have parents, you have other family members that you care about who could actually get caught in any of these abnormalities. And the reaction is the same. This country, now only God could help this country. This country is finished. This country is that. All these leaders is this or that. It's like people have accepted that, There was a time I asked myself, or I actually told myself that, man, it is going to look unbelievable if for any reason at a point that Nigeria is still existing and you no longer have this Fulani terrorism, all these displaced people are now returned back to their ancestral land, ancestral homes. They received support from government and even internationally to rebuild their lives. Farmers, right, who have been displaced from their lands are back there. There is no longer Boko Haram killing or, attacking people. And all these things are gone. And there is no longer politicians calling your bluff enough that they are no longer like writing their own, or should I say, paying themselves what they think they could take from the cover of the country. Now, people who are corrupt are now in jail. Now, all those things, like, are they possible at all in that Nigeria? That people won't believe that if that should happen? Or is this going to be the Nigeria's reality forever? That you think, you, being part of this Nigeria and understanding how Nigeria came by, you will be comfortable to keep it this way, that this is our life, right? That people will be running from their communities in the southern part of Nigeria, in the middle belt part of Nigeria. This is their reality. Those who have been displaced, they will have more people displaced, and this is Nigeria reality. Like, this is what we are going to actually accept and live with. Or there will be a time that all these things will be so gone. But I have an answer for the first one. Yes, there will be time that there will be no longer Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists, Lakurawa, or this corruption, the way you are seeing it currently. And yeah, when Nigeria breaks up, yeah, that's when that will happen. Because one of the things that actually keeps this Nigeria going is because of the interest of the criminals who have hijacked power, entrenched themselves enough that they have foisted a fraudulent system on us that a lot of you are discovering right now. So the only time all this would go away is when Nigeria breaks up. And that is also very much like subjective, so to say. Simply means this Nigeria that you see now, right, where they are robbing Peter to pay Paul, needs to die. Where those who want Sharia, yeah, Islamic Republic or whatever they want to call it, even if they have to keep the name the Nigeria, right? But they can do their own stuff, you know, close to the border of the Sahel over there. There's no point in pushing your Sharia beyond the people where you think you have control. And then when people are able to actually like protect themselves, like for real, they don't have to wait for anyone's approval to defend themselves, defend their own borders. And that is practically either called regionalism or proper breakup where everybody actually holds their own legitimacy, like their own sovereignty in their own country. But until then, these savages and their sponsors will continue to ride roughshod on every one of us, from the north to the south, from the east to the west. They will remain existential danger as long as this current arrangement remains. There's a community called Gebe Village in Shanga local government area of Ekebe State. That is where Malami comes from, where he is planning to be their governor. By the way, these terrorists were spotted by the locals. So if in the next few days you hear an attack or killings of people in Kebbi State, the locals are also doing their own bit to raise alarm and raise their awareness. But is the government willing and ready to go after them? This was in Kebbi yesterday.
Kai, wani suna tare garin ga. Abdullahi bari mun ga zamu yi ha. Ai an gama Ali.
People do see them. They will spot them, they will raise alarm, but nothing is done, if you must know. So just remember that as you are going into 2026. A day before Christmas, on the Christmas Eve, there was a bomb blast inside the mosque, a mosque inside the market, right, in Maiduguri. And it was said that this was carried out by ISWAP using a suicide bomber. That was what they said until yesterday, when the Nigerian army said they've arrested 2 individuals who have been alleged to be responsible for that bomb blast, which eventually was said to have killed over 5 people. You know, some said there are more, but said we killed over 5 people and injured 45 more. It was inside the mosque. So these 2 guys were said to have confessed that they paid them 100,000 naira from Adamawa State to drive and go to Borno State to plant the bomb. Right?
Malami sunanka.
Sunana Ibrahim.
Ibrahim wa kai magana da kai.
Ibrahim Muhammad.
Kai mutumin ina ne?
Mutumin Mincika.
Ibrahim Muhammad. Kai mutumin ina?
Mutumin Mincika.
Mincika?
Kai
wani yare ne?
Yare Mincika.
Mincika kai musulmi ne? To Mincika. Ta wani hali ne me ya faru aka kawo ka nan garin nan? Ka bani dan labari me ya faru?
Garin nan damun na zo zan je leka abunda.
Me ya faru a Maiduguri?
Maiduguri bom ne musa a masallaci guda 2.
A masallaci?
Masallaci.
A wani anguwa?
Anguwa gaba da Kalmari kadan.
Gaba da Kalmari? Wa ya sa ku zo ku sa bom din?
Mai gidanmu.
Ina mai gidan ku din yake?
Inda yana zama bakin dutse, yana zama mubi, shine garin da
yana zama a bakin dutse. Yana zama a mubi. Da ina kuma?
Shine inda na san yana zama.
Me sunan shi?
Su biyu ne, akwai Adam akwai Abubakar.
Adam da Abubakar. Su Boko Haram ne?
Boko Haram ne.
Masalancin da kuka sa din dama daga can suka kwatanta muku masalancin ne ko kawai sun ba ku bom din ku zo ku sama ko wani masalanci?
An kwatanta mana masallaci.
Mene tsakanin su da mai masalanci?
Ni ba san masallaci ma sabon ginawa ne, ban san me ne a tsakanin su ba.
Sabon ginawa ne? To masalancin na suwa yana wuri?
Ne Izala.
Izala? Tabbas. To me ya kawo ka garin nan kuma nan da Maturu?
Dan zo leka asirin yan sarkin baka da sojoji.
Yan sarkin baka da sojoji? To da ka zo sai me za ka zo ka yi in ka leka asirin su?
Shikenan ko ni an ce min zo leka asirin su ne, in na leka shikenan sai in koma.
Ka koma? Ka koma Maiduguri? Ko za ka koma mubi daga nan mubi sai ka shiga Goza?
Maiduguri zan koma.
Sun baka kudin mota ne?
In shiga za su biya ne. Biya za su yi na shiga.
In ka shiga mota? To yanzu da ka zo jiya din ka leƙa asirin sojoji da yan sarkin bakan ne?
A ban leƙa ba.
Daga tun yaushe ka zo nan garin?
Jiya da mangari ba. Da na zo jiya da mangari ba sai na samu wasu yara. Sai na tambaye su ina zan samu gurin kwana. Sai yaron ya tambaye da gurin kwana, amma ga wasu yara a can jin tambaye su. Na je na tambaye su, mun je muna kwance a wani fili, mun yi shimfiɗi muna kwance. Sai wani mutum ya zo ya bi mu da sanda. Muka gudu. Sai wasu yan vigilanti sun ce mu koma mu je mu ɗauka kayan shimfiɗin mu da takalmin mu. Sai muka koma mun je mun sa takalmin mu kenan, sai suka kara bin mu. Sai yan sarkin baka suka kama mu aka kawo mu wurin zaman su.
To tun a daren ma aka naɗe ka kenan. To yanzu kace ka bar wani bom a Maiduguri.
So they're the one that attacked that Gamboru's market, you know. And he's a member of a Boko Haram group. And their intention was to, walk through, they were actually like moved through the mountains in close to this Borno state, in which one of them carrying the bag containing the explosives, right, left it in a mosque. And they didn't know that he left it in a mosque. That was what detonated and killed the people. Then ordinarily botched the supposed planned attack on Borno state at the time. So yeah, so when they asked the military, Nigeria military, when they are giving their own supposed reports about what they have done in 2025, so they said, well, they are happy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in prison, Simon Ekpa is in prison. So therefore the security situation in the eastern part of Nigeria has improved. So they gave them a medal. So they now, the guy now said, or he was actually asked what is it? What are they doing about Gumi, who seemed to be the spokesperson for this terrorist in this manner? And then the next one was like, sorry, we can't touch Gumi. The two clips are here. The first one.
Crimes and other criminal activities have significantly decreased during the year following troops' intensified operations across the southeastern states, as well as the recent court rulings against their leader, Simon Ekpa, who was jailed by the government of the Republic of Finland, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja. These developments have substantially degraded the group's capabilities. Furthermore, the extremists preyed on lightly manned checkpoints and outposts, killing security personnel to cut away their weapons for use in terror activities. Crimes.
The report of their military in 2025, and that is not true, by the way. The politically sponsored insecurity in the eastern part of Nigeria will end tomorrow if those behind it themselves choose to. But that's not all. He was asked about the Gumi and his own escapades and shenanigans. His response.
You just mentioned the comments by some individuals and leaders. I'll still refer you back to the fact that every agency has its functions, and it is not for the armed forces to focus on what some people in the society do not agree with our activities. Ours is to focus on our kinetic operations and, as much as possible, conduct non-kinetic where necessary. I believe there are relevant agencies who are tasked to consider that his statement, if it is against or for the country. And I believe that they are doing so. On our part, we can raise observations to that, and I believe if it is necessary, we will add our voice to raising those observations to the appropriate quarters. Thank you very much.
Do you get that? I mean, it kind of like makes sense if you probably will say, it makes sense in the sense that DSS and others who are supposed to consider the shenanigans of Gumi, his movement and his relationship with these terrorists, because he actually have relationship with them. He's not somebody who admires them from far. He's met with them. He's led the people who are like member of governments, to go and meet with the terrorists on several occasions. And according to him, the government knows where these terrorists are. And the government is very much aware every meeting he's been having with them. So, but he's never been invited to, Nnamdi Kanu is sent to prison because of his utterances. They said because of his speech, not because he did anything else. And that in itself, which has no legal basis or what have you whatsoever, okay, is what this soldier is bragging about of how much it's, But yeah, that's just on the side. The another person who is raising alarm is Bala Muhammad of Bauchi. He released a statement this afternoon. Number one, calling on Tifnumbu to stop the implementation of that new tax law. In the next few hours, it goes into effect. There is even a court judgment that says Tifnumbu should go and implement that law. Somebody or some people tried to stop it, but the courts ruled against them today. But the problem now is this. There is a sizable number of the National Assembly members who have now identified the alleged forgery, the difference between the harmonized copy signed by Tifnumbu or supposedly signed by him, but the one they gazetted, which is the one the different agencies will have to act on, right? From tomorrow, is believed to be very different from the one the National Assembly members signed or approved. Now the problem is the National Assembly leadership under Abaribe themselves have actually acknowledged this. I mean, they've acknowledged the fact that the copy that Enugu gazetted is a forgery. It's the forgery because they've added some clauses into it that were not part of the original copy. So they were now planning to what they call the regazetting it. That means they would now take the one Enugu gazetted, they will put that on their own archive, in their own whatever, and say it is the same thing with what Enugu gazetted. Do you get what I mean? Like me having this bottle, right, handed over to you and say, here, and then you signed and said, I collected and opened water bottle like that. Sure, you get or bottled water like that. And then the next thing is when I open the document that says, indeed, we all saw that you received, this is what you got, okay? Now, which you open the document and the document shows that, no, you received a full bottle closed. I know that's not what happened. And they're like, okay, you know what? Don't worry, okay? We are going to present a bottle that is full and closed. So that don't worry about the ones in the document. So it will match the document. Do you get that? Do you get that analogy? Crazy, yeah? That's what I thought. That is what they are trying to do. The law approved by the National Assembly, the tax law given to Tinubu, signed publicly and should be gazetted, is different from what is gazetted. So the question now is, which of these laws? Because if the National Assembly had gazetted it as they are planning to change the document and say, okay, yeah, it's the same. That's the same thing we gave to him. And I don't think they'll be able to do that. Because the members who have raised the objection and acknowledged this fraud, so are they just going to look stupid or something, right? But they didn't do it. There's no evidence that they sat and did it before the end of this, before the end of the work today. They didn't do it. So the question now is that which law is Tinubu going to implement from tomorrow? Which of the tax law? I don't know the answer, right? But I bet you it is going to be the gazetted one, because that is what he wanted. And that's why we believe he's kind of like gotten, right? So Bala Muhammad said because he failed or he refused, right, to become a member of APC, Tinubu's regime is targeting him, and they are in fact trying to kind of accuse him of sponsoring terrorism. But he will still speak his mind. And one of them is that if Tinubu should not implement any law from tomorrow, it should be suspended. Listen to this.
I was just waking up to an occasion where I was told that I'm being accused of terrorism as a governor. Someone who is the head of the opposition. My commissioner has been kept and will not be released by an EFCC. Even when I have immunity as a governor, my name was stupendously mentioned in a motion in a court of law in Nigeria. Me, Bala Muhammad, who is recognized without my inkling for this kind of recognition. God is wonderful. I don't have to say anything. I don't even have to go to the public court. But certainly, politics has become something in Nigeria. But with this kind of people around, Mr. Malgui and his colleagues, there is still hope in the country. Whatever anything does to denounce you, to prosecute you, somehow God will bring something to absorb you of blames, of persecution. Because with the little resources we have, the work we have done in Bauchi, somebody will accuse us of arbitrariness. We have a country where 51% of the resources is taken by the federal government. In my state, they have not provided 1 kilometer of road. They have not provided water. Even the security agencies, I'm the one paying them to work for us. And they have the guts to talk. This is a country where when you walk, you become a villain, you become an idiot. I have kept quiet for too long, just for peace and security. Because as politicians, we should not overhate the polity. But I'm not a coward. I'm just keeping quiet because of the common people. We don't have to denounce, denigrate people before we ascend to power. The federal government should look at its tax system. In spite of all the impurities, they are going ahead to impoverish the common man, to impoverish the subnationals. We are keeping quiet. There is no security in the north more than that we have in Bauchi State. And that's what we have done together through community development. I have APC and PDP and even NNPP here. We are living in peace because of democratic governance. We tolerate ourselves. There is too much intolerance. The APC-led federal government think they can use the courts, the institution of government like the EFCC, to persecute and prosecute Nigerians that are not within their own party. If they don't stop, we are going to declare war. I assure you we are not going to keep quiet any longer. I won't allow anybody to criminalize me because I'm not in their party. And I refuse to join their party. And I will not join their party. My family members, my officials have been taken like anything, locked up, without any reason. This award inspired me to talk. I didn't want to talk. But we still hope in the courts and in Nigerians. I thank the Institute for this opportunity, and I assure you it is not going to make us arrogant. Our humility and modesty will continue. We will use...
He has no job.
Now, thief, I hope you know that he is a thief. And indeed, now thief, they catch thieves right now. So it's just like they're just putting up a show for us. His commissioner is, the reason why they have not arrested him is because by their constitution, he's got an immunity. So he can't be arrested until he's out of office. So he's accused of embezzling money. Enough, and those who are helping him, including his commissioners, including his family members, they are currently being hunted down. He is not lying. But like a typical Nigerian politician, oh, they are doing this because I'm not joining their party. They are doing this because we are fighting for Nigeria, for the better of Nigeria. They are doing this because, you know, I refuse to bend the knees. Easy way out. It's all bollock, so to say. But that's not all. Let's take a bit of a tour to Rivers State, where their own drama is also eating up. And according to Wiki, from January now, it is going to be politics, right? So it's actually doing a local government tour right now, right? So here is part of a snippet from that in Rivers State.
I'm not speaking parable. I will tell you straight. If the sitting governor is contesting an election, Omoma will not support him. All the councillors have defected the APC. All the local government chairmen has also left the APC. All the leaders have left the APC. All the assembly members have also left the APC. Our people for the National Assembly has also moved the APC. After they moved, 2 days, 3 days, somebody now moved the APC. That is to tell you that you know what they do, but they don't know what you know. Amuma, am I speaking your voice? 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 If you are speaking your voice, let me see. Am I speaking your voice?
Anyway, that's with the wiki in reverse. And there is actually more, right? Another guy said, anybody who dares wiki, of course, they are like, is foot soldiers in reverse.
So if you want to continue to insult wiki, be prepared. One will come after you, you will run. You will run. So all those people that are encouraging you to say insult wicked, say this, say that nothing will happen. When the thing will come, they will abandon you. We have done this before now. Yes. We are just a civil servants. Yes. They're in the position. We have not paid any price that were paid in the past. So I'm standing here on behalf of Grassroots Development Initiative GBI worldwide. Yes. To state clearly that as we finish program here today, from tomorrow, we'll be observing you Go some your supporters, go tell your followers. Any further attempts to install our grandparents fronting by the way to weekend, then be ready for war and you will pay the price. Thank you and God bless all of us.
All these threat, left, right, and center, all getting ready to either protect their own little pot of porridge, a plate of porridge, whatever they are being given right now. And in that sense, these are the foot soldiers. These are the ones that will unleash violence in every part of the state to ensure that, number one, Tifnubu comes back. Number two, Fubara is completely chased out of that place. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But you can predict it. You get what I mean? Because to Wike, right now in Rivers State, there is no PDP, there is no APC. They are the same. Their political party right now is Renewed Hope. And grown-up men, they are all there. They agreed.
So for us, there's nothing like APC. There's nothing like PDP. What we have is Renewed Hope. We are not voting based on party. We are voting based on the fact that we have taken a decision that we belong to one political family, and that's the Renewed Hope family. As for the state, we will talk about later. You know what I mean now? You know what I mean? We will not make a mistake again. We will not make a mistake again. So, when that time reaches, because how you know is the first one you have done, have they said thank you? No. So, if you make another mistake, that means they will drive you out here. So, just be assured. From January now, we will start politics.
In January or from January, they will start politics. There is so going to be so much that will happen then. So 2026 is going to be like interesting. Unfortunately, it's not going to be for economy, so to say. You get what I mean? But for politics, this is their season. Normally they say, oh, when politicians will gain access to office, right? The first 3 years is to do what they say they want to do, if they have anything to do for you at all. Because the last 1 year of their first term is going to be for politics. Unfortunately, this one started politics from May 29, 2023. And it's about to really get interesting now. So get yourself ready. As Peter Obi left Labour Party today, one of the star kind of member of the Obidient movement is Alext Otti of Abia State. And I do remember, I think it was a few days ago, when Peter Obi was spotted in Abia, meeting with Alext Otti. So I think it was the time he told him that he would be leaving and joining the coalition in ADC with all the elected members, this or that. So he told him that, he told him that no, he's not going to be moving. He will remain in Labour Party and he's not going to join APC, so to say.
To defect within. Okay, so let's situate the question properly. If you remember, I joined the Labour Party before P2P. Okay, so I didn't join Labour Party with him. And he has communicated me that he was leaving Labour Party. And I gave him my blessings that I remain in Labour Party. And I told him that I'll have to continue the struggle to rescue Labour Party. That is the party that brought me to power. If we fight and get to the end, and we can rebuild Labour Party, then we can now discuss options. But for now, I am not defecting with him.
So he's staying put, not leaving. And he also, I think this was yesterday, he responded to Benjamin Kalu, the deputy speaker, who told him that the only saving grace he's going to have in 2027 will be for him to join APC. But if you remain adamant in his Labour Party, right, APC would get rid of him in 2027. So, Otti.
2027 is still far away, but a lot of people have started killing themselves before the 2027 comes. We are it's looking like it, but more like it. My speech will be very short because we spent some time and we still have a few other events that we must touch. Let me start by thanking the Central Organizing Committee for the 2025 Arode, Santozil Densi and his team for saying the truth, standing by the truth, irrespective of political parties. And most importantly, acknowledging the fact that we are brothers, and that is true. Political parties are platforms for elections. At the end of elections, political parties take a back seat. Governance takes the front seat. And anytime the reverse becomes the case, you will see problems. So I want to thank you. And I want to thank everyone who has in one way or the other celebrated what God is doing in this state. We are just instruments being used by God. So, just like the Americans will say, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is just 30 months, and we still have a lot to do. 2027 is still far away, but a lot of people have started killing themselves before the 2027 comes. We are not so much worried about 2027 because we have a mandate to deliver to our people in 4 years. We've done 30 months, so we still have a long way to go. And just like it happened in 2023, 2027 will even be smoother, I can assure you. Why am I so confident? I'm confident because in 2023 we were selling promise. But now, there are one or two things that we can point to. But one thing that I can take home is that I have the full support of everybody here. All the people who were doubting before, I'm sure they can't doubt anymore. So let me thank all of you for coming out today. I know a lot of people are still on the way because this program starts very late. But
don't worry. We heard you loud and clear. And that's Alext Otti. So another person that sort of like got people a little bit agitated today. Not even today, it was yesterday. It's Isaac Fayoshe, who is currently in Morocco, watching the AFCON. The Nigeria participating in the African Cup of Nations, right? So he made a video of a part of Morocco and with some voiceovers that got people talking that he's been demarketing Nigeria. Like, why do you like demarketing Nigeria? All that stuff. And then his response.
See Morocco. Morocco be like abroad. Morocco be like, say, we dey California. See roundabout, see, Kai in Africa. And we say now we be the giant of Africa. We are the dwarf of Africa. Look, see Morocco. It be like say we dey abroad. See Morocco. Kai. Our leader, you don't try. You don't try. You don't see any paper for floor. See as he clean. Other African countries don't leave us behind. See, you see dirty anywhere? Look at the floor. Is there any dirty anywhere? Even where they are doing construction is clean. See their own roundabout. See, Kai. See as they mark the road. The road. They mark and see as they park they did and they trim palm tree. Hey, for Africa, problem they. See, don't be their downtown. Don't be their city center. See, Kai.
This area na be ghetto.
Na the ghetto be this, see ghetto. Ghetto for see their ghetto. Their ghetto can't be like our banana island. Nigeria na the dustbin of Africa. Even birds are happy to be on the streets to be chopping. Can you imagine? And this is not the ghetto.
A bird not they run from person self.
Problem there. We get major problem for Nigeria. Major. Ordinary Morocco. They no get crude oil. On paper, Lagos State is richer than this country. On paper. But in life and lifestyle, the people are enjoying more than Lagos.
So this is why are you demarketing Nigeria? Why is it that all of you, once you leave Nigeria like this, you are easily demarketing Nigeria? There are beautiful places better than Morocco. Morocco is, all those talk anyway. But he didn't actually lie. This is a part in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. You can cover your eyes if you want to. Yeah. The thing about Abuja these days, according to people, is that all these dump sites, they are on the major roads. All this rubbish everywhere, okay? And they are very famous. People will be telling you, is that not Gwagwalada area? Is that not, and you'll be like, how did you know? They say, we've always passed this area very well, area this and that. Say, where is the government? So they started abusing Isaac. Then he responded, of course.
When someone is mad, that person doesn't believe he's mad. All the mad people you see on the streets, they think they are normal like you. They think they are okay. All those mad people you see walking, roaming around the streets, they think they are normal like you because their brain says, oh, I'm okay, I'm doing the right thing. But you that you are driving by or driving past, you see that, what is this man doing inside those bin? Why is this man eating food from the bin? What's going on? But the man that is mad, they didn't know any better. They believe, okay, that's the kitchen. That's where they are supposed to be eating from. So when I post video and tell you about what is going on in our country, and you are here to say, Isaac, shut up. Why are you talking about your country like that? Why are you putting your country down? You are already down. You are like that mad person eating inside dustbin and didn't know he's eating inside dustbin. That is what you are. Go and check. When you say you are giant of Africa, that means your life should be like, come to Morocco. You see Nigerians working here. They are the one cleaning the market. They are the one, the kind of job they do in Morocco here, you will feel sorry for yourself as a Nigerian. That is this my brother and my sisters that are doing this kind of job? And Still yet, I check online, I check on paper, our GDP is bigger than their GDP. Many of you will even say their population is small. That's why they are enjoying. No, what about China? 1.4 billion. And they are living like a king. When you are a king, you are a king. We are kings and queens in Nigeria. We are supposed to be living the best life, not a dirty life. So when you are mad and you are in that dustbin, you don't think, when you are in that dustbin picking food, you don't know. You think, oh, I'm in the kitchen, I'm eating. Because you are mad, you cannot think. So many of you come.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Man, they never leave you. They have left you behind.
He's not wrong though about somebody who is mad, but you know that he is mad. Do you get me now? So it's the same as, you know, somebody who, you know that when you die, you will never know that you are dead. Only the people around you will feel your death. They are the ones that will be crying, oh my God, it's gone. Oh my, you know what I mean? But you will know nothing, you are dead. So philosopher says it is similar to when somebody is being stupid. So you don't know. It's only people around you that will be like, or if you are mad, only people around you will feel it because you don't know. You get what I mean? Well, since you have abundance of mad people in Nigeria, those known and those unknown, everyone is useful in their own time. Or, I think, there is one.
You know, kill us. Instead, we kill him. We kill him. Wait. These are not income. Wait. Use Russian flag.
Enough is enough.
Yes, so.
Enough is enough.
Yes, so. We cannot die of hunger. We cannot die of observation.
Tinubu. Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Who get this coffee?
Tinubu.
Share this video. Share this video.
Tinubu. Nama you be one love. One love. Nama you be one love. Tinubu must go. Yes, protest continue.
Things are getting better for Nigeria. Things are getting better. For Asiwaju is on the throne. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Mr. President, things are getting better. Hey, I said, things are getting better for Nigeria. For Nigeria is on the way. Progressive government, things are getting better. Asiwaju, congratulations.
So I'm going to say congratulations to those of you who have already made it to 2026. We are just a few hours away from 2026, and it's been a wonderful experience, 2025. To those of you in the Temple of Truth, I want to see you in 2026. And we also remember those we have lost in 2025. Those who are prominent, I mean, few who are prominent, and those who are not, silent viewers and all that. So we're saying, thanks for being part of our story, for being part of our experience. And you for being part of my own experience, and then me for being part of your own experience in 2025. I hope I'm still going to have you around in 2026. Stay safe, all right? And Happy New Year. And good night from here. Odara.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ ọ́ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. dódódódó.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Máyégún diary politico.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún diary náà ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.